And now I'm gonna explain thing number 8, which is more interesting. Number 8. And this is a 3-parter, actually. Here's part number 1. Why do you think about the Shapes and Colors episode of Special Kids every time you watch episodes of other children's shows that are about shapes and colors? Well, I think this one is easy for me to explain. Here's the truth. This whole thing started when I watched the Shapes and Colors episode of Special Kids, and not only was it my very first episode of that show, it's also my favorite episode in the entire series, because I love Shapes and Colors. I mean, who doesn't? And I'm a big fan of that show and that episode, and in one of the bar mitzvah things that I have, there's a picture of me and Sammy putting our fingers on when the big and small rectangles showed up. I held my hand at the big rectangle, and Sammy put his hand at the little rectangle, because I'm taller and Sammy is smaller. And it still is that way now. Because I found that picture, I want to watch that episode again, because I want to own it, and I want to watch it so badly. Well, in the spring of a decade ago, I got this, Shapes and Colors on DVD, and I watched every chance that I got of it, and it's still my favorite episode in the entire series. And if you're wondering what the cause of this came from, it actually came from, I think, just a small portion of the Barney and Friends episode Classical Cleanup, with the scene where Baby Bop puts away three blocks that are 3 different shapes. The first one being a circle, the second one being a square, and the third one being a triangle. Yeah, that was the cause of me thinking about the Shapes and Colors episode of Special Kids every time I watch other episodes of Shapes and Colors theme episodes. And this would also happen again in a later episode of Barney and Friends entitled First Things First, where BJ draws a red circle, a yellow square, and a green triangle. And I one time wanted my face to be painted that way, and I got it. And in 2009, this whole thing about me thinking about Shapes and Colors and Special Kids went a lot deeper, and deeper in a way that I like, when I got this Dragon Tales We Can Solve It Together VHS, and the first episode on this tape, as well as the first episode on the DVD version, is The Shape of Things to Come, which is an episode that's about shapes, and it's mainly about some circular thing, the dragon disc, getting very messy and mushed up. So the gang has to find different things that are these 3 shapes: a circle, a square, and a triangle, or as Emmy assigns everyone by which shape. Zach and Wheezy get the triangle, Cassie and Emmy get the square, and Max and Nord get stuck with the circle. And it's also my favorite episode in here, and again, I love shapes. And the Shapes episode of Dragon Tales is much better than the Colors episode, I can guarantee you of that. So, eventually I got this, and I even told my mom and dad about this, and I can't help it. Again, that's the way that I view Shapes and Colors. and I will re-upload this and split the Shapes and Colors episode in special parts, or separate parts when I do Shape Week next month. And it's something that I've been looking forward to doing for several months, and I'll explain that one a lot more, and I'll get to how it works. Number 2. Things that I will be talking about in Season 3 of William Weyser's Childhood Fears. For those who don't know, Season 3 of William Weyser's Childhood Fears is starting in 1 week from tomorrow, and it's a show where I talk about certain things that scared me when I was little. Some of the things I got over them, and some of them still scare me. And there are some certain things that I will be talking about this season. Like, for example, the Paramount feature presentation logo, Kitty Catswell's hair, when I talk about her on Tough Puppy in honor of the 10-year anniversary, the top 13 lists of things I'm doing, like the top 13 Not My Cup of Tea videos, the top 13 Not My Cup of Tea DVDs, the top 13 No Good, Very Bad song beats, the top 13 scariest things I've ever seen in my life, the top 13 mistakes that I've made on the show, and it's the only one that I am going to do again, the top 13 best episodes I've done, and the top 13 worst episodes I've done. And back to regular episodes, I'm going to try to do the Kellogg's Rice Krispies Dragon Tales version again, because I love the Teletubbies version, but I really should have given that commercial another chance. Just if it didn't buffer, I would have been fine. Yeah, this has been haunting me since April when I did Coming Up Next on Dragon Tales Bumper Month. And, Dot, the Tact 2 Staff of Dreams commercial, the Lions Group logo, Heights, which is understandable, zip lining, the Lions Group logo, fire drills, even though that's important, and a few other things that I want to talk about. And this face, made by a kid named Nicholas Martin, played by Joseph Dahmen, and the face that he made there is just creepy, and I don't want to look at it. And a lot of other things. Oh, and the Klasky Supo robot logo, because the graffiti logo is much better. And the third part is, which PBS Kids VHS tapes have the Paramount feature presentation logo, the warning screen, and the Paramount logo? As far as I know, the Paramount feature presentation logo and the Paramount logo are only on promotional copies. They're also Canadian. But as for the warning screen, that can appear in US copies as well. As far as I know, the Comfy Armchair and Snowman VHS both have the regular version of the warning screen, while Big Windows has the black screen version. And it's also on Again, which I have on VHS and DVD. And I was informed that Ooh has it. Yeah, Ooh is the Paramount VHS version, even though it was the last one produced by Warner Brothers. And I was informed that I saw that, in terms of comments, that Go Exercise for the Teletubbies and the Magic Pumpkin are Paramount copies as well. But I've never seen those videos or DVDs in Canadian copies or Paramount copies. They were US copies, and they're both produced by Warner Brothers. And there's also Christmas in the Snow, which I do know that there is a Paramount copy of it. And the Paramount copy is the special all-in-one, while the version that I do have is the Warner Brothers 2-pack VHS set. And there may be a lot more other videos and DVDs that I might have missed on. Oh, and going back to number 1, I've seen other episodes that are shapes and colors as the main focus, like going back to, let's say, Barney and Friends. I have seen the Colors and Shapes 2-pack VHS set, which contains the episodes The Treasure of Rainbow Beard and Red, Blue, and Circles 2, but again, it makes me think of Special Kid Shapes and Colors. And I did make up a Teletubbies Colors special, as I told you people about, as well as the Colors DVD. And I've even made up some Shapes episodes of Booba, like Musical Shapes, Square, Circles, Triangle, Shiny Star, and Purple Heart. And I know that there are also Blue's Clues episodes that have to do with shapes and colors, like Shape Searchers and Colors Everywhere. And there are a lot more of those like that as well. So, thank you very much for joining me here, explaining these things and these parts in thing number 8, and also the things that interest Rick. And I'll see you later when I find out what things numbers 9 and 10 are. Yeah, what things numbers 9 and 10 are. And I'm just hoping that tomorrow will be a much better and easier day for everybody, including me. So let's just see what happens as we move on to tomorrow and hope that we can do better. I'll see you in a little bit. And until then, this is William Weyser saying bye-bye for now.